What's up, One Piece fans? This is your boy, Manga of the West, back at it with the One Piece manga review as promised. We're at chapter 991 today, titled Let Us Die. And looks like this is going to be a fire chapter coming from 990. So, again, as always, let's dive right in. Well, I guess even before we get there, hope all my fans out there doing good. Or just anyone watching this video. These are stressful times. We're still in this pandemic, so just hope everyone is just, keeping their head up and just keep on trucking. You can't lose if you just keep trying. But starting off, going in right into the chapter titled "Let Us Die," we start off with the cover series still covering Pound as he's finally on Big A's ship. He's hugging his daughters as they're both crying to death. Pound is crying to death, and Lola and Chiffon also kind of crying. The subtitle is "Gang Big A's All My Family" after 26 years of pleading his first hug as a father. Ooh, 26 years, quite a long time. But One Piece is about having those dreams, goals, and aspirations and achieving them. So, I guess kudos for Pound, right? Let's see, and then as we go right into the first page, have a double spread, and also shout out to the Shonen Jump app. You want to do the official releases, the fan translations. They're good for just getting at least what the subject matter of the chapter is, but always still support the official release. Also, if you didn't see my last manga review, I had to put chapter 989 and 990 together. Check that title card here. And I'll go over those chapters. But getting right back to 991, we have the battle going on. As we know, Drake had swooped down and took out one of the numbers with Luffy as a recall. And then you have everyone just being confused. Higoro, another samurai, Pei, looking at him like, Drake, like, what's going on? I guess people are just starting to kind of paint the picture that he's a traitor. Or at least he's not. Something's definitely fishy. So Drake kind of starts to reminisce about Kobe as he's telling Luffy pretty much the same thing Mihawk was discussing in the Paramount War, where Luffy has this innate ability where he just pulls people in. He can make almost just about anyone their allies, anyone his ally, just because they gravitate towards him, because he's a real dude. And Drake just kind of goes over, he can't let Luffy know why, but he's trying to let him know he is on the side. But my man Zoro is not having this. He's just like, nah, don't even go do that. He's doing the same thing with Hawkins. He came right under Kaido just like Apu and Hawkins did. It's like, nah, don't even trust it. And I like this from Zoro because this is highlighting him being in his second in command leader role more, because he's he's pretty much second in command. He's supposed to be like be Luffy's right hand man, so he's probably trying to help make that important decision for Luffy, where it's like, nah, Luffy, I know this guy it may be like good to have someone else on that team, but like, nah, we can't have traitors on our side. We gotta keep the crew protected. So I just love to see Zoro stepping up here, as always. Not saying he hasn't before, but just highlighting how he is his second in command. This chapter does a lot of spotlight for the crew, kind of highlighting certain rules. As the dynamic is changing a little bit, but we'll get into that more into the chapter. And we have it that Drake reveals that he's pretty much no longer with the Kaido, the Beast Pirates, pretty much. And then Zoro's just like, well, but so you're gonna just instantly come to our side? And then both Jinbei and Frankie are just kind of saying like, yeah, nah, you can't trust a flippity flop guy like that. And then Luffy just comes up just like with Law and just says like, sure, he can just join our side. He can be an ally. And you guys, both Frankie, Jinbei, and Zoro just Luffy, shut up. We got this. And Pei and Alti are starting to realize that Luffy is not only the opponent that they was going against previously when not Carrot, when Yamato had took out Alti. They also realized that, he's Luffy, like he's one of the people leading this charge. That's the Straw Hat Captain. So both Pei and Alti start rushing through the samurai, because the samurai try to help defend the Straw Hats, but Pei and Alti just burst them as they start getting closer to him. Luffy notices them, and then Sanji's just like, oh, it's page one. I called him Pei, but sorry, that's for anyone confused. That's Alti's nickname because Alti and Page One are brothers and sisters, and Alti is the older sister, I believe. Well, they might be twins, and calls him like Pei instead of like Page One as like a little cute nickname scheme. But Sanji is like, oh, that's Page One, the dude he was fighting from the bathhouse. So pretty much we had Page One and Alti just stating the same thing that Kaido that Jack said, that how you're not gonna just get another easy chance to Kaido. Like, we're his crew. Like, we actually, we'll try to protect our captain as well. So then out of nowhere we have God Usopp himself with his move, special attack, Green Star, Skull, Blast Grass, as he hits Page One. And then Alti is just going into like, who did that? And it's this hilarious scene of, it's like Nami standing up straight, but she's not saying anything, but you hear like, you see like the voice bubbles around her. And pretty much it's Usopp speaking, and he says, and I quote, "My favorite kind of pest control is getting rid of lizards," because Alti had asked who did that. And that's when Usopp also says, "I hope you're ready for this." And then little Nami just swings around and tries to smack Usopp, and it's just like, stop hiding behind me. As Alti goes, "It's that woman, she did it." And Nami just tries to yell, "That wasn't me talking," but she's like, but whatever, the battle's already started at this point, fuck it. And she yells, "Do your words," as her and Usopp start both running away, and then Page One and Alti are like seen chasing after them. So I guess this is the fight set up for team up between Nami and Usopp against Page One and Alti. Which this is that's going to be a really cool 2-on-2 fight. We haven't seen... Actually, when the last time Usopp and Nami have fought together? I guess, immediately after the 2-year skip began, when they was in that bar. It was like it took care of the little fake Straw Hat Crew members together. But I can't remember the last time they fought together. So I'm definitely ready to see some combo attacks, especially with like her weather climate attack and Usopp's plants. I really think they're going to combine together, because she can make more water to make the plants bigger so they could do more damage. And then Usopp is throwing his observation hockey a little bit more too. We don't know how much that's trained. Hopefully he has again touched up on that at least a little bit. And then you have Sanji just telling Usopp to take care of Nami. Luffy notices a pool is coming up, so he lets Sanji know to cover his ears, which is the weakness that Killer had pointed out earlier. And Apu thinks he has most of his numbers actually still backing him up. But both, who is it, Juki, Goki, and Jackie. I think Goki's 5, so I think Juki might be 4, 5, and 6 maybe. But then Apu is just like, going over that reputation. Like, you guys are numbers. You guys storm through towns and destroy everything in your wake. You can't be letting like a few supernovas just like beat you down, these puny people. But Luffy tries to take on another number, which is Hotshot, which is number 8, coming up. Hachi 8, all that. And Luffy is like, he's going to try to take care of him. But Sanji's like, nah, man, you got to keep moving. Like, if you keep trying to take over like little big enemy that comes in the way, we'll never get to Kaido. You have to leave some people for the other people to fight. So he's like, okay, so he's going to keep moving. And Jinbei even makes note that the numbers can be like a force to reckon with. But we see out of nowhere that the 8th number, he sees the General Frankie, and like it looks shiny to him, so he wants it as like a toy. So Jinbei tells him to run out the stadium, because he's like, hey, you fight this dude, but not in here, because the samurai won't survive if you do. So Frankie starts to run out, and he's like, you're gonna regret for thinking that the General Frankie is a toy, as the number's just chasing after him. And then we have Zoro and Drake still going at it, as they're still just kind of discussing it, because Zoro's just like, nah, man, I need to fill you out. Like, this is a war. You can't just be swapping sides. Like, that's too shaky. Like, and like, he even takes note to say, Drake tries to tell him like, hey, even if you maybe not 100% believe me, like, just know that like your victory serves my purposes. Like, does that like reveal like enough of like where I stand? He's like, Zoro tries to hit him with like, that seems honest, but we can still tell that you're keeping something hidden, in which we all know that he's a member of Sword and still a member of the Navy. I think technically, because we're still kind of theorizing whether the Sword is officially under the Navy, whether it's something that like maybe Sengoku or even Smoker, or maybe even Akainu, theory wise, could have started. because we did have the one cover page where it was kind of like, I think he was like working on a bonsai tree, and he had a sword tattoo in his arm. So coincidence? We don't know. We'll find out. But then Apu is like, they notice that Apu runs off as he's trying to get more numbers to get to the battle, and to get, I guess, because the rest of them must still be drunk, so to get them up. And both Drake and Zoro stop him from moving, and then Drake even like kind of volunteers to say, you know what, hey, I never liked Apu, I'm about to just take care of him. I'm not doing it for you though, but nah, this guy needs to go. But then as they're discussing that, these bullets, and it was weird. The first time I was reading the fan translation, I wasn't quite sure what this was at first until I saw Queen's gun. But you had these bullets flying down from his machine gun, and then you just have Queen just yelling out Drake, and then he's telling him that pretty much, you know, you think you could just come here, be a spy, and then just leave. Like, nah, we ain't having that. But as we come to find out, one of the samurais helping one of the other ones that had got shot for one of those bullets. He says, you're going to be all right. But he says, oh, it hurts. And Zoro mentions how that was a weird weapon. And Drake mentions how he's asking, like, does Queen really think these bullets are hurt me? Shedding light on how the Zoan users, particularly, I believe, the ancient Zoan, to have like a, or I think it's carnivorous zones, have like a more like tough exterior, like not even like involving armor and hockey. Like they're just naturally tough. Remembering back to when Yamato had struck Alti, and then even though she was knocked out, she kind of got right back up. Or Page 1 getting hit with Luffy's gear third fist, or even Page 1 getting beat up by Sanji at the bathhouse when he was in his raid suit. What does he call it? Midnight Black? Stealth Black. I'm sorry, Stealth Black. And but then Drake thinks, wait a minute. He says, unless these bullets, and then kind of just leaves it. Oda leaves it off as we go to like the next page. But I guess what's going to end up happening is Queen is using sea prison stone bullets, which we have been waiting to see, because we've seen it in the movie Z when Luffy was fighting that old Marine guy that had left. We've seen hockey bullets from, I believe, Hawkins used one. No, well, Hawkins used hockey nails. Not hockey, I'm sorry, sea prism nails. And then I think we also seen it with Doflamingo. I believe he shot Law with sea prism bullets as well. But that's what we've really been waiting for, a lot of us in the community, because it's just like you have to think about how useful sea prism is, especially when the sea is a pirate, or even just, I mean, is anyone in the One Piece universe really, because it's a good weapon against Devil Fruit users, because not only are you shooting them with it and it will hit them, but then it's going to kind of like be stuck in them. So even if they have like a decent type healing ability, they really won't be able to get the bullet out easily. They may still need like assistance, and it's going to still be constantly draining their Devil Fruit powers. Hopefully, our man's god Usopp gets a few of these leaving this arc, and that would definitely take him like next level, I feel like, power level wise. And then getting close to the end of the chapter, resuming to the top of the skull of Onigashima, and we cut to one of Jack's tusks being cut off as he's in his full mammoth form and he's falling. Then we have Kaido jumping in as he, is saying like that's enough. And he's saying, Jack is one of my actual like selected subordinates. I'm not just about to stand here and watch him die. And then he pretty much does actually something pretty noble, which is actually a little bit of both character development for Kaido, but also very surprising, as he kind of really just shows a lot of care for Jack. A lead performer that's has been failing recently, but still actually shows his love for him, as he tells Jack that you're not, because Jack apologizes to Kaido, but Kaido just says, no, don't blame yourself. It's not you being weak. They're just that strong. As we shoot you the full picture of both Nekomamushi and Dogstorm. I always get his other name mixed up, but we see that full Sulong forms, and they look badass, as we have Nekomamushi looking like a Cheshire cat, but like more like devilish. And then we have a Dogstorm, as he looks like a wolf in a dog pit together, really, with like these long flowing manes, and you see it with the full moon in the background. I definitely can't wait to see this animated, because it's going to probably look beautiful. And then Kaido takes notes to mention how the Ceylon pirates have definitely caused a lot of losses on the Beast Pirate side, but also Jack has done a good job to make sure most of the minks are down as well. So it seems to be now just the non-red scabbards and Kaido at this point. So Kinemon starts to grab his sword, and we start to reach the moment that we've all been waiting for as a community. As Kaido starts to laugh, and he says now he wants to see how many of these that he can take, and he's using his blast breath move, because as we all know, the last blast breath move that he used was, well, not even the last one, but every time he uses it, it's always just like almost like a one-hit KO. Like he almost decimated all of them last time when they got hit with it. You know, this big move, traveling as fast as it does. You know, it's crazy just the amount of damage it does, because like destroyed like a part of a mountain. So we're talking about like great damage here, like almost, I would say, could be maybe not continental, but maybe like island level destruction. So he shoots it out, but then we have Kinemon stepping up, and he pretty much tells Kaido that we don't plan to run. We are here to fight, and only that. As he reveals his Foxfire style, and he used the move Flame Rend, where I believe in the fan translation, which is Flame Slice, but I guess it's a cooler name. But pretty much slices Kaido's blast breath right in half, and Kaido's shocked by this. It shows a panel of that, but then it also shows a panel of, I believe, Kinemon also shot a slash at him, because I think Kaido's mouth actually gets cut, and they actually draw blood. I'm zooming in here, but I believe that's definitely blood. And you see this explosion on top of the skull, and then the scabbards are just again reiterating that, you know, hey, we're not leaving, we're here to fight, we're standing our ground, and we may die as Odin Samurai, but that will only be after we destroy you. So again, they're not here to play. Definitely excited that we're finally getting to the Scabbard versus Kaido. We get to see a little bit more of what Kaido can do, and a little bit more of how Kaido can be affected and hurt. Hopefully Luffy and Zoro and Sanji and the rest of the gang get there soon, so they can definitely get this fixed. But then I think with all these good things happening, I think Big Mom was definitely about to come in and like kind of roaring things back for the Alliance, because you gotta remember there are 2 Yonko there, and Big Mom has been played around. Oda like to use her as a gag, but we all just know that Big Mom is still a threat. We all know what those Elbaf moves do, that how much damage they can do. So we'll see. And then we also have Sasaki come in too. So I see how Denjiro deals with that. But we have reached the end of the chapter, fam. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely would have to rate this one. I would say definitely 8 out of 10. I feel a great chapter. You know, definitely wasn't as hype as like 990 or anything like that with the full cover spread of the Straw Hats, but good chapter all in the same. And next chapter definitely have high hopes for as well. Little One Piece news update for any fans out there that may not know. One Piece was kind of announced from Oda in the interview to have about 5 years left. A lot of people don't quite know how that's going to tie in with everything that goes on, but he knows best, so we'll see. You know, hopefully One Piece maybe lasts a little longer than that. You know, I'm not really arguing about a series that doesn't really, a great story that doesn't have a climax yet, especially if it's like not even being repetitive. We're still getting new material. What's the reasoning of it really ending right now? I'm just saying, but that's just my opinion. But thanks for checking out this review with me, guys. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. This has been Mangaka of the West.